Wait, I can't. I can only type every like 3 seconds.
I know.
Oh no, I'm not subscribed.
W?
Dude, I think you're gonna take it, man.
Is this the W?
Is this the W? Yes.
Yes! Alright, so enough of the hype shit. Alright, let's get down to business on how I actually made this beat. So I joined the server. I remember like one of the first things I said in the server was, I'm gonna win a beat challenge. And then like, you know, here we are now. I'm just so glad that I was able to experience this, and yeah, let's just dive right into it. Alright, so first we're gonna start off the beat with the sample.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
See, I don't know what the fuck, like, I knew that I had to use it as a vocal chop, but first, before I got into anything, I knew that I couldn't just use the vocal chop to make a whole entire melody and stuff like that, so I decided to make my chord progression and layer all the melodies and the drums first, and then add the sample in order to make sure that it would groove well into the actual flow of the beat. So, without the vocal chops, this is what my beat sounds like. Alright, so that was the beat that I actually made for the competition, and as you can see, there's like a little bit of automation going on, and these are all for I can't speak, for gross beat. I realized that putting gross beat on like your master track or on like a bus that routes to your master track, it's a fucking game-changing move, dude. And I just turned them on and off at certain points of the beat, and it just worked out. As for the layers of the actual beat itself, we have the lounge lizard, we have the Rhodes piano. So I just decided to just go with something really smooth and really like melodic, I guess, just to like, you know, keep it chill. And next I have this synth that I made with a triple oscillator on FL. So it's a stock plugin. I don't care what anyone says. You can use stock plugins to get some fire sounds. You just gotta know what you're doing with them. So I made the envelope into like a pluck sound, and then I strummed each individual chord, and it came out like really nice and really calming. So I just kept it in there. Then this white noise pad is literally just like you know, a square wave, a triangle, a sawtooth wave, and like some white noise. And then an envelope setups in a way so it's more like a key, I guess. And then I have it played on the offbeat of when the chord plays. So yeah, that's the chords, and then on top of that, I have this little melody that I played out on my MIDI keyboard, and it's a combination of synths of this of Serum or Silent One, and this Silent One shot that I got from Splice, and then together that sounds like this. And with the chords. Next up, I added these foleys and these percussion hits to give the beat more texture. I was gonna plan on making it pan so it would give a wider feel, but I didn't have enough time. So yeah, we're stuck with this, but this is what it sounds like. I really felt like the percussions gave the beat like such a different vibe, because like originally the beat itself is super chill, but these percussions are pretty high energy, so it contrasts that difference pretty well, and I thought it turned out really nice. Then we got the main drums, the hi-hats, and the claps. This is what that sounds like. As you can see, I kind of messed up right here. I forgot to track this over so it wouldn't play. Because what I have is I actually staggered my snares and my claps. I staggered my claps and my snares so that first it would give a wider feel, and also it kind of gives that like dystopian like bounce to it, you know what I'm saying? Like some real funky shit. The hi-hats are pretty simple. I just did a 2-step pattern, staggered and swung. Same kind of story with the secondary hi-hats if I can find them. I just placed a 4-step and a slight delay, and that delay really just gives the beat so much more bounce, and I just really like doing it on my beats, and it's fun. Got the kick, nothing special, and the 808s is what a lot of people ask me that like what the sauce is, and I just gotta say it's a synth, man. I remember I found this from a pack. I've used this 808 and I just never looked back since. You can glide it. It's super easy to use. It sounds really good, and like the lower notes like for some reason have like so much more bass than the upper notes. I think it's because of a filter. But like that difference, that like lower note bass just like gives it so much more texture. So finally we come to the last part, which is the vocal chops, and one of the main top melodies for the vocal chops is actually not from the sample itself. I actually took out this one single vocal chop from a Cymatics like vocal chop loop, and I just like tweaked it in the FL sampler to just fit my needs, and it came out nicely. I've used it in a lot of my beats. I feel like it sounds really good. Anyways, this is what the top melody that it's not the sample sounds like. And it just kind of loops like that. I think it complemented the very chill vibe very nicely, as well as the chords. And finally, I played out another top melody using the sample. And the way I did this is for like one of the really long parts, I literally just took that part, just like cut it inside the sampler, and then I just messed around it in the sampler, like turning on like the bend and whatnot, and putting an envelope on it, and I just literally played out what sounded good to me. And what happened was I realized that like the sample itself is so out of tune, so I ended up just having it on the root notes just at different octaves, and honestly it worked out pretty well. So if we combine it with the top melody, so yeah, some real simple shit, but that's not the last time I used the sample. I used it again when I made this like this third top melody. I know it's like I'm adding a lot of top melodies here, but you know, it's fine. I guess it sounded good. I felt like I needed to use the sample more because I only used it one time and I didn't want to get disqualified, so I decided to add another top melody. So I actually like chopped it up and staggered it a lot in random places to give it like a glitchy feel. Basically what I did was I took that same like vocal chop that I used in the beginning, I took it and I just cloned it and I pasted the same melody over it, and it ended up sounding like really good. And this is what that sounds like. Something about it not being in tune just kind of gave it this like really weird feel that I really came to appreciate while I was making the beat. So I decided to just keep it in there with the sample and everything. It sounds like this.
Yes, sir.
So for the last part of this beat, I actually used this vocal chops only, and I took out the flute, and then on the vocal chop I ended up putting a bit crusher effect on it, and I modulated the reduction so that it would sound really glitchy and it wouldn't sound just like one stale like reduction level. It would play at different reduction levels, so that way it would like give it a lot more texture. So this is what it sounds like with the beat. So yeah, that is basically the whole entire beat. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I've never done this in my life. I'm still kind of processing the fact that I actually won a beat battle, like my very first one. Like that in itself is like fucking so weird to me. So I'm sorry if this feels rushed or if this doesn't feel complete. If you guys have any questions, just like DM me on Discord or like DM me on Instagram at it's John Kwan with a Z. Like it's John. Okay. DM me if you guys have any questions on like production, and I'll try to get back to you as much as possible. Thank you, Kenny Beats, again for hosting. This was like literally the greatest experience of my life. It was such a good birthday present, and yeah, I'll catch you guys later.